Okay, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bear Talk. It's been, 4 months?
It's been a while, dude. Look, life happens.
Yeah, life happens, and we're back for another video. So,
yeah, it's
today we got 3 topics we want to talk about. And we finally have a subscriber question.
And it's a good one, apparently.
Yeah, it's a real good one because apparently he hit me up on Twitter and he said he was watching, going through all our videos. I was like, why? But,
how you gonna say why? That's rude.
No, I didn't ask him that. I was saying that in my head. I was like, why? And apparently he's transitioning, so he just now transitioning to a male.
So he is a female transitioning to a male.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. I forget what I was watching. No, I was doing something with Raymond, and we were watching something. And no, I want to say I was on Twitter, but there was this guy that I just thought was the most adorable bear I ever seen. Turns out, it was a transgender female to male.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I just thought nothing about him gave me that he was. I mean, the voice. The voice gave it away. I was like, wait, this dude's voice is a little suspect. But once it came out and he's like, yeah, transitioning, I was like, oh, he looks amazing. He was so cute. Anyway, I just had to say that.
Right. Oh yeah,
point too.
Let me look up his name so I can shout him out real quick. Y'all give me a minute. His name is CJ Ward, and on Twitter he goes by I am CJ Ward. So,
hey CJ Ward,
give him a shout out for that.
Hey CJ.
And his question was back to the notes. Do you feel that the bear community is generally accepting of trans bears?
Well, I'm gonna say the bear community.
Let me start out because he gave me this question on Twitter, and this is why I answered him. I answered him on Twitter, so I'm trying to. Basically, what I'm saying is that basically what I told him is that yes, you will find a group of people that will accept you and be your ally, be a trusted ally. But at the same time, the bear community has a lot of growing to do and a lot of issues they need to work out. So I told him, yes, you'll find a group of people that will love you and be your ally. That's basically what I said. But as a bear community as a whole, no, they have a lot of issues they need to work out.
Wow. So y'all just saw my screen just go super bright because I just turned on this.
Girl, you don't need no light. You light skin.
Rude. Generally, yeah, I agree with you, James. I think. Well, okay. I'm conflicted because I hear a lot of horror stories about the bear community, especially when it comes to people of color. So, so far, all I know about CJ is that he's transitioning. So he's transitioning.
He's a black transitioning bear.
So he's African American. Okay, then you might have to pick a struggle, bro. Because although you're gonna find allies, you are also gonna have a lot of opposition too. Yeah. Just because that's just the nature of the beast.
Well, yeah.
But that shouldn't deter you. I mean, by all means, be seen, be proud of who you are, be comfortable in your skin, be seen, be there, be part of it. Do what you gotta do. Don't say that because you're gonna have some conflict. Don't even bother. You have a place, and if you consider yourself a bear, then the bear community is your place. They're just gonna have to learn how to accept it.
Well, I should have put this in my answer too. Do your research, because there may be groups they may have groups, like small groups in the, cause it is Pride Month, you know, everything Pride. So they may have small groups that handle transgender or both female and male. So you may can find a little group in that during Pride or doing bear events. Yeah, like I said, the bear community got a lot of deep-seated issues they need to work out because we,
And
as
a lot of those deep-seated issues they're around race. So you'll probably be more accepted for your transgenderism than for your skin color.
right.
So just be prepared and be where you don't take no shit from nobody. You know, like, you know, be where you're welcomed, and if you're not welcome, don't try to force yourself to be there, because then you're just gonna be unhappy.
Right.
Try to find like-minded people who will accept you for who you are, not from what they can get from you. So yeah.
What's your thoughts on Adrian? Because I know being from California, they probably have what can I say this? Y'all probably more open. I never been to California, but it seems like y'all are more open out there. Maybe you can find more groups and stuff.
I was gonna say that it definitely depends on which scene you're in. I would say Jose said do your research, or James said do your research. I would research which scenes that you're in. I know when I was living in San Francisco, there was a huge trans community there. So trans bears were accepted. But I don't know. I think with any scene, you're going to find your assholes. So it doesn't matter. I think as long as you're open and honest with people and you are true to yourself, then, you know, you'll fit in where you feel like you should. You fit. Blah 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 blah. You'll fit
words.
in.
I understand. You have words.
Yes.
They're not coming out. They're not cooperating.
Oh yeah, figure out who's your ally, and not trying to put you in a fetish category.
Mm-hmm.
Cause they'll pretend that they're your friend and they want to be with you and stuff like that, but they put you in that fetish category. So be careful with that as well.
Yeah.
Because being a bear color, they love to put you in that fetish category, and you being trans as well. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, just be careful.
Y'all are so harsh.
Listen, we had to go through a lot of the situations where people, you know, when you see these like P-Town advertisements and all these different bear events, and everybody there is white, and they have all these issues with people of color even showing up. The bear community, they're wishy-washy. They'll accept you if they can fetishize you.
Oh yeah. But
if you're not there for sex, then they don't really want you around.
Think about
That's of course not everyone. I'm not going to generalize the whole community like that.
Yeah.
That's of course not everyone, but there's enough horror stories to know that there are more instances of bad than there are of good. So,
but just think of it like this, like high school. Basically, it's just like high school. Everybody got their cliques.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody try to fit in with other people, so they will go along with what other people do and say. They don't speak up for other people. If you remember you're in high school, you want somebody to speak up for you, but they didn't want to because they want to fit in with a group of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's the exact same thing, sadly. And they do it with advertisement too. How many advertisements you seen? You seen 50 bears, you be like 3 black, 1 Latino, and maybe an Asian. Maybe.
So,
so be harsh. We didn't be telling the truth.
So be careful. Choose your friends carefully. Trust your instincts. And if you don't feel comfortable somewhere, bounce. You don't owe anybody anything.
If you want to know the real truth about it, go back to our old video with Tony Banks and
Ali.
Sebastion Ice and Ali. Especially Sebastion Ice, because he had a hard time. They gave him a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Then Ali.
Go back to them videos. I'll try to post them in the description box below so y'all can watch them. They'll tell you the full truth about what's going on.
Where is CJ from?
You better not say Atlanta.
Yeah, I can't really speak on like the bear community in LA. I know it's pretty tight. Oh, Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, check out DC. Check out DC's bear scene.
Wait, he's from Baltimore?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! So he's already in there. Like that's pretty much where all the bears are.
Well, I guess since he transitioned, he really, like I said, I don't know him personally, so anything I'm saying is just what I'm thinking. So he probably never been to a bear scene before, so that's why he probably want to ask questions before he just hop into something.
Absolutely.
Well, what about the black bears though?
Like, what do you mean?
I mean, like, what about, like, there's, in each, if we want to break it down about, like, LGBTQIA issues, like, race is a part of it. And I think even within each, like, subgroup and each niche group, there's still, like, separatism by race. So I feel like even if he were to find, like, CJ were to find, like, a black bear group, do you think that he would be accepted because he's trans?
Well,
that's a good question, because a lot of times we don't tend to readily accept those that are not exactly like us.
Mm-hmm.
But
that goes back to, like I said, do your research, because it may be a group of people that he may can find some, like, a group of this trans, of the trans community, because, like I said, they don't be advertised like the rest of the group. You know what I'm saying? A lot of trans groups don't be advertised like the bear groups or the pride groups. And
sometimes you might not, like, right now you might be looking at the bear groups in general, but maybe you might need to find bears within other groups.
Right.
Like I know, like Onyx, that's a group that's about leather. About leather, but it's a predominantly black organization that's about leather, and but there's a lot of people in that organization that we would consider bears.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe something like that.
Well, like I told him, say if I find anything that can help him out, I definitely send him links and stuff. So, because I send him links to podcasts, trans podcasts. So maybe that'll help him out a little bit, because he was asking for like media for trans people.
Oh, okay.
He was looking for links and research and creators that are trans, so he can, do his research. That's why he asked these questions.
Well, I mean,
I'm no expert on it.
I mean, like Adrian just said, we're not experts on it. So I mean, all I can do is wish you luck on this journey. Hope you have a positive experience as best you can. But yeah,
mm-hmm.
I hope that helped answer your question. I don't really know if you did or not.
Like I said, we're not fully educated in the trans trans topic.
Because at the same time, James, like, we might consider ourselves bears, but we're not in the bear community.
Right.
Like we're we just happen to be bears. Like we just happen to be dudes that are of the bigger size. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on Growler.
like I've never been to a bear event. Like we have Bear Week here in Atlanta, and I see it every year, and I never go.
Right. Well, like I said,
Well, that would be a good suggestion, though. Tell CJ to go to Bear Week in Atlanta. I say travel because it's gonna be different in every scene. Like, you're probably gonna be close to some city or have some city that has like a bunch of white bears and they're exclusive to just who they are. So I suggest like going to like Atlanta's Bear Pride or check out like the scenes in New York and San Francisco if you're able to. I mean, you're really close to DC, so that's a good sign. It shouldn't be that hard to get there to check out their bear scene. I'm sure DC has something.
Yeah. But yeah, which all goes back to what James said. Let's do some research.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the biggest bear event is P-Town.
Yeah, it's P-Town, which I think is in Baltimore, isn't it?
It's
in Maryland somewhere, I'm sure.
But
I completely wrong. I don't take my word for it. I've never been. Lynx would know. I know Lynx would know.
Yeah, I think P-Town is on an island. Because for what I told you, you have to take a boat to the island, and all the hotels and restaurants and everything just in one area. So, but I don't know. I just know it's a big bear event.
What about the one that happens in Orlando?
Big Boy Pride?
Yeah, Big Boy Pride.
That's another one. It happens every April. It's a great pride event for bigger men. They're accepting of everyone, so it's not like you have to be black or white or anything. It's for bears basically. Predominantly bears of colors. It was started by Jay Holiday and Tony Brown as a way for bigger men and their admirers to have a safe space to be who they are. So that's definitely an excellent example.
And, like I said, if you want to know more about that too, we interviewed them about a year or two ago. Mm-hmm. So if y'all just want to know general information about that, I'll put a link at the description box with that interview.
And trust me, I used to do the photography for them on the side too, along with a couple of other guys. And they are some of the most accepting people you can be with. Like they bring you in, they'll bring you in and have a good time with you and kiki and laugh and drink and dance and party and laugh. And when you leave, you'll feel like you have made lifelong friends, and you just can't wait to go see them again the next year. So that's definitely a good example.
Yeah. Well, like I said, they don't. I say that they prefer big boys. Like I said, bears of color can go, but a lot of them don't like to be called bears. They like to be called big boys. But anyway, that's all. Watch.
Yeah, excuse me.
Watch the interview. Just watch the interview.
That's kind of like the thing where people who identify as bears or whatever. That's kind of more of the Caucasian side of the house, whereas black folk like to be called big boys.
Well, like I said, just watch the interview. They explained all that. So we just go ahead and go to the next topic.
Well, see, I hope we helped you, CJ.
Yeah.
I hope we gave you something.
And if we said something problematic, please correct us.
Yeah.
Because we don't want.
Right term, right? We kept saying he, right? That's the right term. That's the guy. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we kept saying bear, so. But
okay. I thought we needed to be corrected on our.
No, I just saying. Sometimes we say something, we don't realize we're saying something problematic. So if we are saying something problematic, please tell us in the comments below.